Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second episode of the Part-Time Pod Return. I'm Tyler Panero.
I'm Will Nicholson.
And you might be wondering, why are we on this camera to start the show? That's because we have a guest today.
Hello.
Guest who we don't know. Introduce yourself.
I'm Benny Barber. That's about it, really. I'm Benny Barber. I'm the guest today.
That's it?
True.
That's it.
You're what? Just Benny Barber?
Just Benny Barber today, yeah.
Well, Benny, we are very
Benny,
excited to have you.
I know you. Will doesn't really know you.
I don't.
I have some questions for you, Benny.
Go for it.
So we're going to start easy. What's your favorite football team?
New England Patriots. Come on now.
Like that?
What's your favorite NBA team?
Here's where we get a little more dicey.
Oh, no.
Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on, Will. I'm going to break your heart right now. Ready?
Now here's where it gets bad.
Benny, who's your favorite baseball team?
Do I have to answer this?
Yes.
It's not the Washington Nationals. They're stationed out of New York. The Bronx, New York.
It's going to be okay,
New
Will.
York Yankees.
The Yanks.
I'm so sorry to break your
No, you know
heart.
what? It is what it is.
Is your favorite number 27?
I'm going to go 99.
No, I meant because 27 World Series.
Oh, yeah, that too. I was
Yeah.
thinking Stan, but yeah, we got 27 of those. Yeah, we do.
I mess with it. Well, we are excited to have you on the part-time pod, even though you are a Yankees fan.
Yeah, we don't like you because of that, but other than that,
Other than that, you're chilling.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But we are excited. We are on the second episode of season 2 of
Season
the
2,
Part-Time
yeah.
Pod. We're back here in Studio A.
Nobody
And,
thought we'd make it here, but
It's true.
we're here.
No one. I didn't think we would make it here.
I'm pretty sure right now I'm wearing the same sweatshirt I wore last show. But
Yeah.
it's always good to just represent,
It's a tradition.
Subscribe.
I mean, I'm repping this.
That's better, even though they've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, I know.
Should that be our
Tough.
first topic of discussion?
Sure, yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
about Celtics action.
I unfollowed DeJounte Murray on Instagram yesterday after the game.
That's petty.
Man, that is
Yeah.
funny. You're making a statement, though.
Yep, I
no
don't-
more.
Sorry, he went from 500,001 followers to just 500,000. My fault, bro.
Hey, you gotta prove a point. No,
Hey.
these Celtics games have been tough, though. The blowing the leads is just like.
I think
it
if you're going to
hurts.
do this, just don't play the starters at all.
Yeah.
Because you got the 1 seed locked up. Like, what's the point of
At
even
this
doing
point,
it?
just rest the rest of the boys.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, it's not worth it. No, I don't even know like where it's even begin with what the Celtics have been doing, because it's just like you see the talent is there, you see how good this team is, and then they just blow massive leads in the fourth quarter.
It's not even like the big starters' fault.
No,
Like
no,
it's
not.
the bench guys that Missoula has all this trust in. But honestly, right now, until Tatum can come back into his own, I think Jalen should be the number 1 option.
I think so.
What do you guys think of that?
Tatum's been struggling in these big games. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
But
it's
we
tough.
know he's built for it.
Yeah.
We know he can do it.
I mean, we saw it in Philly last year.
Yes.
I was at that
But-
game actually.
But we saw it the game before that too, when
Yeah,
he went
yeah.
because he was gone for the first 3 quarters,
Yep.
and then he just showed up,
Just blows up in the fourth.
showed up late.
Yeah. Hey, they won the game though, So it's, I don't know. The Celtics, they're really hard to even talk about right now.
Yeah.
Because they're such a good team, especially as a Celtics fan. You
Yeah.
want to be like, oh, like this is it. But then we blow back-to-back leads to Atlanta, and then you're
Yeah.
just like,
I think how many games they
I
got
know.
left? Like 8, something like that.
huh?
How
8,
many
9,
how
I
many
think
games they
9.
got left?
Yeah,
9.
like,
All right.
I think.
So playoffs aren't gonna start. They're gonna be in like less than a month actually,
Yeah.
because it's almost April, and I think April 20th is when the playoffs start.
Yep.
Something like
I
that.
believe
So yeah,
so.
regular season's coming to an end. And Benny, so on season 1, Will and I, before NBA season started, we made our award predictions for the year.
Okay.
They didn't go too well, most of them.
Oh, no. They went
But
back.
now we're at the mid-season where you can have like a better idea.
Yeah.
So I want to hear your award predictions, starting off with the most valuable player. We're gonna hop right into the
Ooh, all right.
right into
I'm
the
going to pull
cage.
up mine, too, because they're
Okay.
pretty funny.
This is off
Yeah,
the dome, so.
we'll read you ours when you're done.
Okay. I'm curious, yeah.
They're not good.
They're horrible.
They are not good.
Well, my preseason MVP, I want to say, I didn't write this down anywhere. I think it was Giannis.
Okay.
I think I was
Okay.
expecting the Giannis, not bounce back because he's been that guy, but him to take back the like number 1 player spot kind of thing.
All right.
Tough to say he would do that over Jokic.
Yeah.
But
He's still in the running.
he's definitely in the
100%,
running. Yeah. Now though, I'm gonna give it to either Shea or Luka, and I'm inclined to give it to Shea just because of how much better the Thunder are than the Mavs record-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 team in the league, I think, without a doubt. And I don't know where they'd really be without Shea. Still a great team without him, but
They'd be like, I'd say they'd be a playing team with
yeah,
Shea.
for sure a playing team.
But again, you got to talk about like the Mavs without Luka. They're not even,
They're like
top
bottom of
5
the
team.
West.
Yeah,
Like,
that
top
is
5
true.
lottery pick. I mean,
Yeah.
they're terrible. So yeah, they would be really bad. Well, so this is where it's fine. So my pick for MVP at the beginning of the year was Luka, and I think that Luka still has a good chance to get it, but I could easily see like Jokic getting it again. I feel like Jokic is the front runner right now. So yeah, it's not a terrible pick, but it's something.
My preseason pick was a little biased. I had Tatum.
Yeah,
that's fine
So
too.
I think he was in the running for a little bit, but then he slowed down.
Yeah.
So now my pick is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander because I like diversity. I don't want Jokic to just keep winning it because we've had 3 MVPs.
But his numbers are so
They are good,
Yeah,
but
he's ridiculous.
they're so good.
and like both teams wouldn't be as good without this.
100%,
Like
yeah.
Denver would stink without Jokic.
Yeah.
OKC wouldn't be that
Dude,
good.
but like Jokic puts up like historic numbers.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
every
But
single
this is
game.
what I'm
It's
looking
so
at. In the
hard.
past 5 years, you know how many different MVPs we've had?
What, 2, right?
3.
3.
Giannis
Oh,
back to back,
5 years,
Jokic
yeah.
back to back, Embiid last year.
Yeah. And Embiid probably would have gone back to back if he didn't get hurt.
Probably,
Yeah.
but that's a story for another
That's
day.
terrible.
So we'll skip by the next one. It's Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. Can
Hold
we
on,
just
if you want to have
We
some
don't
fun,
need to-
if you want to have some fun, I'm gonna count to 3. We'll all
We
just
did this
we'll,
last
we'll all just say who our pick is.
Okay.
Ready?
All right, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Brandon
Wemby.
Williams.
Brandon Williams.
Just give it to Wemby.
Yeah.
It's not even close, dude. Like this guy is
You know who it's
like
not?
a generationally good talent coming into the NBA. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like his defense.
Unbelievable.
Just,
You know who's not gonna get it? Amen Thompson
Well,
or Cam Whitmore.
Well, he's hurt. Amen came off the bench to start the year, but he's been, as a starter,
Uh-huh.
he's been a bucket.
Speaking
I'm
of,
a big Sengun guy. I will say.
Oh, yeah.
I like
I
Sengun.
do
Sengun's
like me
beast.
some Sengun.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Kyle Anderson but faster. You know what I mean?
And
'Cause-
way
And
better.
I love me some slow mo. I'll tell you what.
And Benny, speaking of coming off the bench, this might be the only award in my preseason pick I got right. 6th man of the year. I actually nailed this one because
I just remembered
my
one.
pick before the year was Malik Monk, and
Yeah.
right now Malik Monk is the
It's-
betting favorite to win.
It is,
So
I think without a doubt.
I'll stand on that.
Yeah,
That
without
I
a doubt.
cashed that one.
All right.
Without a doubt, Malik Monk right now.
Benny, I think you should say your answer first before Will goes because Will's is gonna be great.
For
So,
6 man?
Yeah.
It's Malik Monk, without a doubt. Yeah, I'm a big Malik Monk guy. Loved him when he was in Charlotte. Kind of thought he wasn't gonna be anything after his first 2 years. Didn't look amazing.
He kind of got the same effect that the Knicks have right now. They
Yeah.
paired him with his college teammate, and they started hooping.
Yeah, he's a bucket.
It's kind of funny to see like when the Nets play the Knicks, how bad Mikal Bridges wants to be on the Knicks.
He
And
does.
He doesn't
yeah.
like being in Brooklyn.
He
'Cause
really
he just wants to
does.
play with his college boys.
Yeah, he does.
I can't blame him.
All right, well,
All right. So at the beginning of the year, this trade just happened, and I was very excited, and I thought this was going to be massive. For my beginning of the year pick, I took Chris Paul to win 6th man of the year, and that is, I don't even think he's in like the top 10.
probably not. He started too many games.
Yes,
He
Yeah.
started
That's
too
the
many
thing.
games.
He started too many games, and I feel like Draymond being like ejected and having to like go on leave was a
Yeah.
big part of that. Because then you play Chris Paul in like the double guard starting lineup with Clay at the 3.
Yeah.
So that definitely wasn't true. But my pick right now, it's obviously Malik Monk. It's not
Yeah.
close.
All right, now
It's a gap.
this pick was really rough for me. It was most improved. Benny, I want to hear yours first. Like, hear who it is right now. 'Cause
That's
I
actually.
feel like right now it might be obvious, but I'd like to hear where you come from.
I'm not thinking of anyone that stands out to me at the top of my head. Maybe I'm missing someone.
'Cause if I had to
Um,
pick now, I'd pick one of the Tyreses, Maxey or Halliburton. But I think
Oh,
I'd go
yeah.
Maxey because Halliburton already came into his shell last year.
Yeah.
And Maxey finally took that leap.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if Embiid never gets hurt, I don't know if Maxey would make it this far for me.
Mhm.
But,
Mhm.
everything happens for a reason. Maxey became an all-star.
Yeah.
But my pick before the year was Josh Giddey.
Oh.
And he's starting to play good again,
He
but
is.
it's too late
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
some stuff happened that, he's bouncing back from it. But
Mhm.
it's not easy to bounce back from something like that.
No.
So,
No, it's not.
poor Josh.
Poor Josh.
But also like
guess.
not poor Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poor Josh, but not poor Josh.
guess.
Make better decisions, kids.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, well,
All right.
Benny, if you thought the last one was bad,
This might be like the worst pick I have made in my years of watching this is pretty close. This is up there with like I thought the Celtics should take Josh Jackson at number 3 over Jason Tatum. This is up there with that.
That's
That's a
bad.
crazy
That was but this was before the Kyrie trade.
Okay.
So this is when we
Isaiah
needed a big
still
man, and our starting power forward was Amir Johnson. So
Yeah.
that kind of.
But Amir was a bucket though.
And
Don't get it twisted.
But we just
All
got
right,
Hayward.
well,
I was like, all right. So here's what we got. My pick for MIP
Can't even-
was Jordan Poole.
Oh, it
I
made
know.
sense.
It made sense.
It made so much
He
sense.
was gonna get
in
so
the,
many touches.
in the preseason. It made so much sense.
It did.
But then Kyle Kuzma had to tweet. At this point, it's not. It's like don't be that team.
Yeah.
And now they're that team.
Yeah.
It's so no, that was.
The district is just an
Oh,
unfortunate
man.
place to be in.
It was just like my theory going in for MIP is it's usually a guy who is like a star player or a young guy, but is still like not quite there yet, and then they finally get the chance to like touch the ball a lot, and then they put up numbers.
I feel like your logic was coming from the point from like remember when Ja won?
Yeah,
Because I feel like everyone thought he was gonna make the leap anyway, so they're saying,
Yeah.
oh, he shouldn't get it. But just because you're expected to make the leap
exactly.
doesn't mean you shouldn't be discredited for
100%. Yeah.
But Josh he gave the award to Desmond Bain, which I thought was really classy.
That was,
Desmond
yeah.
Bain. I think did
'Cause-
deserve it still.
Yeah.
Because I think his jump was
Yeah.
bigger. But my thing with Poole, what I thought he was going to win it, because he just got traded. It's a team where he was going to take a ton of shots. And granted, I was right. He did
Yeah,
take
he did.
He took a ton of shots when he got traded to the Wizards. He just didn't make them.
It just didn't go in. Yeah. You
And
know?
I love how that like
Dude,
this was my
there's
pick.
no baddies in the crowd. in DC.
MIP. I thought he was gonna get like an all-star like nod,
Jeez,
maybe
come
as a
on.
reserve. I thought Poole was gonna bounce back, and now there's talks about him. He should be in the G League. Like,
Nah. He already came back from those slumps
you
once.
swing and you miss. You know.
Well,
hey, you
no.
got me. Yeah.
This next award is probably wrapped up, even though I think it should be one person. It's probably going to be another.
Yeah.
It's Defensive Player of the Year. My pick at the beginning of the year was Mobley, but he just
okay.
now he missed too many games,
Yeah.
so I think
Yeah,
he's out of
that's
contention for it.
My pick was Jaren Jackson Jr., which isn't.
bad.
It's not gonna happen.
Same reasons over here.
Yeah.
Injured. But I think the pick that people are going to take is going to be Gobert again, because if you look at Minnesota's defense, like they want to hold you under 100. Like
Yeah.
I was listening to Kendrick Perkins talk about it the other day. Even though I don't like Kendrick Perkins' takes.
Yeah, I don't either. I was
No.
about to say Kendrick Perkins cannot be a guy.
Kendrick Perkins, you hate on the team that won you a ring.
He really does.
He does, yeah.
He's been going on the Pat McAfee show.
What type of tomfoolery is that, Perk?
Tomfoolery.
But I think, personally, Wemby should win it. If you look at
Yeah.
Wemby's defensive impact when he's on the court versus when he's not on the court, they're like plus 20 when Wemby's
tell
on
you
the
this.
floor. They are like minus like 1,000 when he's off the court.
I would love for Wemby to win it, but he won't.
He won't.
The
Rookies don't
Gobert
get
numbers,
nothing.
exactly. The Gobert numbers are too out of this world right now to, even justify
It
a
sucks.
rookie getting it,
It
which is
sucks that
unfortunate.
Gobert's only going to get into the Hall of Fame because of his defensive player
Yeah.
of the year award.
I really hope people talk about how dog he is in the playoffs, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Like when his Hall of
every
Fame
year.
thing comes in,
How do
this
you-
guy gets.
you were the one seed.
Used in the playoffs.
You were the 1 seed with the Utah Jazz, and you lose in the second round. How does it happen? You have one of the most exciting young players in the league, Donovan Mitchell, and yourself, great duo, and you still suck.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's terrible. Like that the whole Gobert like paradox is awful because it's like, okay, on paper and on the court he's a very good defender, but for some reason when the playoffs come around and he gets attacked on the perimeter, it's like he's the worst defender in NBA history.
Well, he can't guard on the
guard
perimeter.
anything. I know, but it's crazy how teams like don't take advantage of that during the year. It just shows like when you have time to prepare for a 7-game series, like how can we get this guy out on the perimeter every single possession? And they do.
I think that's what's great about the
disgusting.
NBA playoffs because it exposes other teams' flaws.
Yeah.
Because you have 7 games to like get through this team. You don't. It's not one and done like the NFL playoffs. Like you can figure out every little thing that will screw this team up and expose them for it every game.
Yep.
Yep.
So I think that's why 2022 Celtics lose to the Warriors, because I think at that point the Warriors were just more experienced. Because I think on paper Boston was probably the better team.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Hey,
But
Jordan Poole was playing good, man.
That's right.
he hit the freaking half-court buzzer beater.
I know. No, but Yeah, I mean, defensive player of the year. It's kind of done deal at this point.
It's Gobert.
It's going to Gobert.
Should be.
But,
should be Wemby,
my
but it's
coach
gonna
of the
be
year
Gobert.
is pretty bad too, honestly.
Mine was Missoula.
Joe Maz isn't bad. Mine was Nick Nurse, which.
Yeah, it's not really his fault again.
Nah, exactly.
I think I forget his name, but I think the guy's gonna win is gonna be the Thunder coach.
Yeah, I agree with
yeah.
that. I'm blanking on
Especially
his name.
if they lock up the 1 seed, which
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But
I think Joe Maz needs to get a nod. Like, I know he
should.
he has a talented team, but
yeah, but he like has the right intentions, Missoula, but sometimes it all falls apart. Like
yeah.
you like in some of these close games, you can't be playing Pritchard so much. Like he's been having a good month, but it's just been like against like
But
the
people love
he's been playing
Pritchard.
He's been playing the Pistons. Like Pritchard's a good player. Don't get me wrong.
Pritchard,
But,
get
like,
him on the court.
Unless one of them's out, during like the final like 5 or 6 minutes of the game, on the court should be Holiday, White, Brown, Tatum, and Porzingis.
Yeah.
And then if one of them isn't in, Horford should be on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge Hauser guy, huge Cornet guy.
Hauser's a beast,
You-
man.
Like, dude, he was burning down the house that one night. Then he rolled his
Yeah.
ankle.
Do you think he would have broken the record? I like to believe.
I'm a
Celtics fan,
firm
he breaks
believer.
the
I'm a
record.
firm believer he would have broken the record.
Where did that game come from? Is my question.
Out
That was
of
so
nowhere.
random.
Hey,
Out of actually
Sam
nowhere.
Hauser, he's the best shooter to ever wear number 30.
I guess so.
100%.
I guess so.
Yeah, he is that guy. No, but yeah, the Celtics again. I mean, I think Joe Mash should get a nod, but
Yeah.
It's not gonna be him.
not. No, it's not gonna be him. Which is unfortunate.
I just thought of a nickname for Sam Hauser right here.
What's that?
Sammy Bird.
What?
Sammy Bird.
Sammy Bird.
Yep. He's like Larry Bird, but
Oh my
Sammy.
god. That's like.
Nah.
Wait, who
Really?
was the? Oh my god, the undrafted guy. He wore number 26, and his last name was Bird, and he played for like 2 games
Oh.
on the Celtics.
Jab-
Jameer.
Jabari Bird, I think it was.
It might have been, but like, so he played 2 games on the Celtics. He played pretty well,
I
and
remember
then
this
he got
guy.
arrested the next day.
I remember this dude. Hey, speaking of 26, another good rotational player for the Celtics who should be ahead of all those other guys, Tillman.
Tillman's been balling,
Tillman.
man.
I love Tillman. Now, I have a take about Tillman that you might not agree with, and it's okay. I think if we match up with Milwaukee or Philly in the playoffs, or even, actually, no, not Miami, but one of those two, I think Tillman should be the one guarding Giannis and Embiid.
Well, is Embiid gonna be back for the playoffs?
I don't know.
But
But I
if he
think,
is, okay.
specifically Giannis, I think Tillman would do the best on him.
I think they should just switch off between Horford and Tillman.
Well-
Well, I feel like Horford kind of has Giannis's number.
I was going to say, Giannis
Yeah,
is
he
just
does.
scared of Horford.
Yeah,
Like, we all saw what
he's
happened.
ducking him.
We all know what that
from,
means.
from the top rope, dude.
It's on the top rope Horford. But, dude, let's be honest. Horford's a scary guy.
Yeah, oh,
Like,
100%.
I would not want to be on that guy's bad side.
No, 100%. Because he seems like such a nice dude, and then like Giannis starts talking to him, and he dumps on him, and
Just nodding his head. Yep.
he's like,
Al Horford means business.
Al Horford does me.
You know his dad played in the NBA? He
Really?
played for the Bucks, yeah. Tito
Huh.
Horford.
Oh, I love Tito Horford though.
always
He's
see-
always so fun to see in the stands. He's just like
He's just so happy.
hyped. I know. He's so happy his son's playing. It's sick.
Another fun dad to watch is Halliburton's dad, because
Yeah.
Halliburton's dad gets all into it. And
Yeah.
my favorite NBA dad, though, is Richard White. I follow him on
D.
Twitter.
White's dad?
Yes, I follow him on Twitter. I have his notifications on. He's like mad analytical. He always be tweeting everything about the games and all that.
That's actually funny.
It's
That makes sense. That
it's-
would be.
it's-
Derek
It's
White's
funny
dad.
that
It's
someone
great.
who like is Derek White's dad is like talking about analytics too. Because
Yep.
like Derek White is such a like the analytics show that he's so good.
Yeah.
Like he is like the next gen stat player.
Yeah.
I
So
feel that.
I want to shift into football a little bit because if you
Alright.
guys have seen, JJ McCarthy is
Yeah.
flying
What
up
is up
draft
with that?
boards. I want to know what you guys think about it.
I mean, I'll kick it off.
We can talk about that
See
in a
what
little
he
bit
did
too.
there.
Yeah. But like, all right. And this. Okay, listen.
Oh no,
Can I get this camera right here for a second?
go for it.
Why? Why? Dude, JJ McCarthy has gone from a second round pick to the second overall, and he has played 0 snaps to earn that nod.
Yeah.
I hate this. This is draft season. This is what happens. It was Zach Wilson. It was like Malik Cunningham, not Malik Cunningham. The
Willis.
guy, yeah, Malik Willis.
Yeah.
It happens every year where we have a quarterback who just like he looks good versus air. He's balling out versus air.
But I saw something about this online the other day. It was Jim Harbaugh is using this as a strategy. He's like he went to JJ's pro day at Michigan. He's like, I've never seen a pro day that good in my entire life. I think he's gassing them up. So 4 quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, 4.
And he can get Harrison.
Chargers have a 5th pick. They get Marvin Harrison. Justin Herbert doesn't leave.
Imagine that.
I love that. That's a great theory. But like, I don't get. All right, so I could kind of get McCarthy at 15. Teams are gonna probably trade up to get him. I can get that. Yeah. It's a quarterback market. I also think a lot of the quarterbacks are very, very good in this class. Then it's like, okay, McCarthy could go at like 10 to the Vikings, who trade up to beat up like the Broncos. I'm like, okay, that's respectable. I can see that. And then it's like McCarthy goes number 3 to the Patriots. I'm like, all right. I'm like, that is ridiculous. And then it's the Commanders are between like what? It's not even Jane Daniels anymore. Right?
No, it's not.
I thought they were leaning towards Daniels.
So it was that they're leaning towards Daniels, but now they flip back after seeing Drake May's pro day, and now it's either JJ McCarthy or Drake. What are we doing? This guy has played no snaps. He threw best pro day ever. He's beating air.
This is like Zach Wilson's throw at the combine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was the most amazing 70-yard throw I've ever seen.
Look at the twitch on the ball. It's like, dude, he's played 0 snaps. Like, all right, it's one thing if he goes from like, he should be a 2nd-round pick, and then he balls out in a year, and it's like, okay, he's a 1st-rounder. That's fine, right? Mm-hmm. That happened with Jordan Love. Where he had a really good season, and then he had a not-so-good junior season, and then he still went to the draft. He's a 1st-rounder. Yeah. But JJ, and I get it, he's a phenomenal college football player, but we went after the season, we said this guy is a 2nd-round pick at best. Maybe he can jump into the 1st round, and then, draft season comes along. Teams want to take him early, and now he's the 2nd overall pick being mocked. It's incredible to me. And it's like, oh, but look at his pro day. He scripts his pro day. His quarterback coach is making him look good. I don't know, man.
It's all to get these kids money, right?
I hate this every year. So this is my least favorite part of draft season every year.
There was a pretty big change that came in the NFL the other day. The new kickoff rules. Did you guys see anything about that?
I did, yeah. XFL rules now, right?
What do you think about it? I think it's stupid.
I like it. I will say
I like the idea of it, how it's like encouraging returns, because like everyone's just letting the fair catch happen, so I like that. But the way they set up, like when they're like 10 yards in front of each other,
it's awkward. It is awkward, but I think that's gonna be fun to see. I'm gonna need to see it play out. I'm hopeful right now though, because I love the idea that we're gonna have returns in football again.
Yeah.
Again, the numbers were 22% return rate from last year.
That was pretty bad.
It's like a ceremonial play. I mean, there was no returns in the Super Bowl at that point. Teams, you're better off just putting the ball at the 25 and saying, oh, here you go, because there's no point in kickoffs. And that makes the game boring. So I like the idea now. I don't know if you've seen the full rules, but it's if it lands in the zone, you have to return it. If it's a touchback, so if it goes through the back of the end zone, the ball starts on the 35, which is a massive field advantage. Mm-hmm. And if it lands before it, I think it also starts at the 35, and you can't return it. So you have to return it within this red box, and you have to. If you don't, it's just like a penalty. You start on your own like 10 or something. So I'm very, very excited to see how this is going to work and it's going to play out. I'm just glad to see returns are back in football. And this is very unlike the NFL. I feel like every change they make is like minor, and like, okay, little change here, and then eventually they kind of revamp stuff, kind of like the overtime rules. We're slowly getting into like where overtime's going to be in a good place.
If the NFL, how they would peak if they started doing college overtime.
100%.
Oh, absolutely.
That's when it would be phenomenal. And I think that's where we're in the direction right now. But the NFL is not one to make drastic changes to the league like that. The NBA does that, right? Yeah. Okay, we're going to do all-star captains. Boom. That's what we're going to do. The NFL does not do that. And this was weird to be like, we're going to change something that has been a play in football since the beginning of the NFL. I think it's cool. I'm excited to see how it's going to play out.
Like when you say in the NBA, the craziest one I think personally from the NBA was challenging calls. Yeah. I never thought that would be a thing in NBA basketball. And
that's what I love about Adam Silver as a commish. He's not afraid to like, oh, will this make the game better? Yeah, do it. Like he's not afraid of that, and I love that.
Because there was a time where the Warriors got the karma for this anyway, but it was in the KD era. They're playing Houston. Kevin Durant No. What? This is a good thing.
No, it's a good
Okay,
thing, it's a
okay.
good thing.
Kevin Durant
Where you
very
going?
Walks out of bounds.
very easily
Oh,
steps
that
out of
one.
bounds
Yeah,
when
yeah,
he's
yeah. I
like
know
trying
what
to
you're
save
talking
it.
Step is an understatement.
Ref-
He ran out of bounds.
Like his feet's on the
Yeah.
out of bounds, everything. Refs like, oh, Warriors ball, whatever.
Yeah.
So Warriors go up by 1 or 2. Rockets get it back. Harden isos, bang, and 1-3, and Clay and Draymond's face.
Yeah, I
That was
remember what you're
nothing.
talking about,
Game winner. Goodbye, Golden State. I still think that year, if Chris Paul never got injured, and I will stand by this take, if
I
Chris
love
Paul
this.
never got
Yeah.
injured, the Rockets would have beaten the Warriors that year.
I disagree.
I firmly agree with it.
I'd like to say I agree.
I stand on it.
I don't like the shoulda, coulda, wouldas though. I don't think it
Okay,
didn't happen.
But
I don't know.
there's so many shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
There
like,
are.
Look at Brandon Roy's entire career.
Yeah, but that's how it went. Sucks to suck. I don't know. Sorry, Brandon Roy.
Shout out Brandon Roy.
Shout out Brandon Roy.
He's
I'm
a
sorry.
high school coach.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's good.
It was just unfortunate that he had bad knees.
Yeah.
I love that. Brandon Roy catches a stray.
For no reason.
No, it's true though. Brandon Roy is one of those.
I
guys
have
who, like,
Brandon
if he
Roy's
stays-
jersey. I'll wear it next show.
Yeah. I
We'll
love
hang
Brandon
it
Roy.
up like Conti and Nick.
Yeah, we'll
put it right
hang
here.
it up right here. We'll find a spot for it, or we'll just we'll cut the PTP logo in half and then we'll put it.
We'll hang it off the monitor.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, it's. I like that the and one or not the and one. The challenge calls are now you can get 2 of them if you win. You get a
Yep.
game, and that's the whole point of having a commissioner who's not afraid because you make the game better, and that's what I like. But again, back to the NFL. I think that this change is going to be good. I'm excited for it. I don't. One rule I don't like the hip drop tackle.
Oh, yeah.
being taken
I was just about to talk about that. So I was talking about that with a kid at the gym the other day. I don't know if you guys know him, Rory Hume. He's from
I do.
Marshfield. Yeah.
I do.
And he was telling me this. He thinks that the NFL is going to end up going into like a lockdown because I see where he's going because I feel like the defensive players are just going to like get mad
Yeah.
that like they're able to do less and less every year. Meanwhile, the offense is like all these guys are getting protected when it's hard for a defensive player to get a good contract in the NFL because there's only like 53 spots on. There's 53 spots on a team. Yeah. And you have to like stand out to like get that money you want.
But that's what they want.
But they're making it harder.
They are, but that's what the NFL wants. They want more offense, right? Because it's the same thing with like baseball. They want more offense. But basketball production's going up.
Think if you have like a 0-2 Ravens or like a Legion of Boom type defense, that would be amazing to watch.
It would be.
Now
I agree.
you just can't do that anymore.
See, I'm all for player safety because I think it's important to the game. I mean, you see guys, CTE is real, where NFL players, they leave the league, and then you see the brain damage start to come in from them being hit.
Antonio Brown. What?
Antonio Brown, big.
Yo.
But even the like the players who like they want to save their brain for science and stuff. Be like, hey, look, this is what happened to me from being hit to my
Was that
football.
what Chandler Jones was all about? Because I don't really know.
I think so.
He's crazy.
Well, Chandler Jones is he has a ton of. You can tell he has a ton of CTE going.
CT ESPN.
Yeah, CTE has been. I will say AB is on a generational run on Twitter.
yeah.
Right now.
It's so funny.
So funny
it's
to watch.
so funny, but
It's
so
just like-
wrong.
Yeah, it's great.
Dude, we need to get AB on the show.
I don't know if you should ever do that.
New England legend.
New England legend Antonio Brown. He's got a touchdown versus the Dolphins.
He does. Number 17.
Number 17. My goat. What were we just talking about? I just blanked.
The kickoff, something like that.
Kickoff.
Oh, hip drop.
Hip
Okay.
drop
tackle.
So yeah,
yes.
I'm all for player safety and stuff like that. Funny enough, I actually got to talk to a couple of college football players yesterday, and they were telling me that they were actually for the hip drop rule when they were talking about it. Shout out to Ross Ollinger and Jay Amaral. Ross is a D2 guy.
These are O linemen.
Yeah, these are O linemen. So they say they like it. But they were talking to people that I didn't talk to directly, but people who play defense, again, just like D2 guys. They're saying that you shouldn't be hip drop tackling to begin with because it's a bad angle to take as a defender. Yeah. So that's the argument they made is that you're never – the only way that you make that tackle is if you lost, like, the rep anyway. Yeah. And at that point, you're going to, like – it's how Mark Andrews got injured twice. Yeah. From the hip drop dragging him down. They told me that it was a bad play, and they were glad that it's gone. And along with a couple of defensive players in college, they're saying that they are okay with that being gone. And they think this is going to encourage more hitting towards the middle instead of like trying to grab someone by the ankles.
So
or something
people
like that.
getting just knocked out now.
I
Wouldn't
hey,
mind that.
I don't know, but
Some hit sticking.
and again, I'm not for the rule. I think that we're getting rid of defense, but from the perspective of people who play football at a very high level,
Yeah.
I'll take their their word for it, and I'll have to see. I mean, I think it's good that we're not going to see people get injured from like the run, like you're trying to get out of bounds or whatever, and someone like
I still don't mess
rips
with.
you.
I still don't mess with kickoff after the Super Bowl.
With what?
Dre Greenlaw.
Oh.
Yeah.
Former.
Yeah, that was
So-
tough. He was balling that
He
game.
was.
He was playing really good. So this is a pretty big topic we haven't hit yet. What month is it, guys?
Oh, it's March.
It is
It's
March.
March,
Madness.
kid.
And Mr. Nicholson right here. Where will you be tomorrow?
I will be at March Madness tomorrow in the Garden. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be an exciting time. I
just-
believe it's. I gotta check the games.
I need to just say this. I hate UNC.
Yeah.
They ruined me yesterday. I
Versus
was in a
Bama?
$10 pool bracket, and I had UNC winning it all.
No.
Nope.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
My bracket is actually killing it right now.
Good job. Who's
So-
your
There
winner?
you go.
Purdue, which
Oh.
again,
Ah.
people don't like. But I
No,
get,
they don't.
but
They're on my
they're
don't
the best
pick
team.
list.
They're the best
No,
team.
they're
in,
not.
Yes, they are.
I'm
It's not
I'm
close.
riding with UConn.
Nah, dude. UConn's very good. I have
Dude,
UConn.
UConn
versus
is
Purdue in my
consistently beating teams by 30.
My bracket though. How many brackets get made every
22
every
million, something like that.
I thought it was I thought we were in the billions at this point. Anyway, my bracket right now is in the top 176,000.
Wow, that is
Which
yeah,
is
that's
terrible.
really
It's not
good.
bad. I'm in first place in my group right now. I got Purdue winning
Mm.
it all. My
What-
Final Four shocked, but
What's the highest you guys have ever finished on a March Madness bracket?
I have a good story about this. A couple of years ago, 21 or 22. What year was the UCLA Gonzaga Final Four game where Suggs hit the game winner from half court?
oh, that was 2021. I
21.
believe.
Yeah.
All right, 2021.
That was the Final Four.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think Gonzaga lost to Baylor in the
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My bracket was great up until this point. My uncle invited me to this like 800 person pool. It was like some website that he was in, and I think it was a $50 buy-in or something like that. And I was top 50 after the Final Four. I was watching the game live. It was like 11:10 at night, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Gonzaga winning it all. So I was like losing. Like I was like nervous. It was a huge pool of money, and Suggs hits the game winner, sends them there, and I had Gonzaga beating Baylor. So my bracket was super good going into it. And
It's tragic.
if Gonzaga beat Baylor, I would have won like, I think what it was supposed to be was around $1,000. I would have finished within the top 30.
In like the entire world.
No.
Oh,
in
in
like
like
an
that
800
person
person.
pool? Okay.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't $1,000, but it was a lot of money. It was several
Yeah,
hundred
yeah.
bucks, and they lost, and I finished like 60th, 70th, something like that. So many people had Baylor, and I got nothing. I
That's
got
true.
nothing.
Baylor was like insane that year.
Yeah, it was
though.
a-
They
it
were
was
a
a
good
good-
team,
They had
but
Davion
I messed
Mitchell.
with it.
who-
Yeah, that-
he's
yep.
now hooping with the Kings.
I wouldn't say hooping, but he
he's
yeah.
on the,
He's
he's
doing
on
his
the
thing.
team.
He's on his team.
He's all right.
He plays his minutes. He plays good defense.
He does, yeah.
We're
So-
killing it in the Nicholson bracket.
My
I will say.
story
Love
about
that.
this was 7th grade, my first year in Marshfield. So I made 2 brackets. I joined a friend of mine's pool. I forget whose it was, but thank you for letting me join because this was very fun to destroy all of you. So I had one pool where I picked Gonzaga because I still had hope that they weren't chokers.
Yeah.
But then I was like, all right, I should probably make another bracket before this all happens. So I'm spamming through, picking different matchups. And then when it gets closer, I start thinking about it more and thinking who's going to upset who. And this was the year Carson Edwards was like,
Oh, yeah.
running it
Oh
at Purdue.
yeah.
But the Final Four I don't remember the Final Four I picked. The championship that I picked was Virginia versus Texas Tech. And if you guys remember this from 2018, 2019, whatever it was, when did Virginia win? It was one of those 2 years. I don't
Yeah.
remember which one. I think it was 19.
I feel like it was 19 too.
The final 2 that year were Virginia and Texas Tech. And I had Virginia winning. So I finished top 14,000
Whoa.
Wow.
in the entire
All right.
world
That's crazy.
just because of those 2 picks in the finals.
Wow.
The highest that I've been is, I believe it was like top 20,000. I think was the highest I've
Nice.
been.
That's good.
Not finished, but like I was sitting in top 20,000 for a while. I don't remember. I think I picked some crazy upsets. I think it might have been the St. Peter's year. I had St. Peter.
Oh.
I was like, that's a funny name, and I just picked them. And I
picked them to win this year too, but it just didn't go. Did not go according to plan.
Who they play? The Vols, right?
They play
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Tennessee's a great
That's who they
team,
beat when they won in the first round too. The other times.
I thought they beat Kentucky.
Was it Kentucky?
I think it was. Kentucky's pretty good at choking.
It was Kentucky because they lost.
Kentucky is pretty good at choking.
Yeah.
Although Robbie.
By the way, I just checked the game that I'm going to tomorrow is UConn versus Illinois. So
that's such a good matchup.
game. And I have UConn.
Wait, is it gonna be one game or 2 games?
It's one. Just
okay.
one. Yeah. I funny enough, I thought I was going. Is it today? Are the East games today?
Yeah, you told me you were going Thursday.
I thought I was going Thursday, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. But we're on a Saturday.
Elite Eight is better than Sweet 16.
Exactly.
Stakes are high.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, shout out to Geico. I'm not sponsored, but you can sponsor me. We're staying in the Geico suite.
Nice.
So that's gonna be fun.
Hey, yo, if you got an extra spot.
Hey, I got you. It's gonna be fun though. It's my grandfather hasn't been to a sporting event in a very long time. Just for a while, he still does need a new liver. But it's hard to take him out to do stuff. He has a really weak immune system. But we got him to agree to go to this, and that's so fun. I'm so excited.
Is this the same grandfather that has everything?
Yes.
It's Will the First.
This is Will the First.
Got
yes.
it. So Benny, fun fact: this is Will Nicholson the Third right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My dad's junior, grandpa first. I'm the third. I could have been the fifth, I think, too. We changed up middle names halfway through.
Oh wow.
We're finessing over here.
Yeah. Right. We're changing up the names. No, I'm excited to be able to go and experience that with them
because think the stakes at the Elite Eight, you win your pool bracket, you still get a trophy for it for making it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good stakes, and then it's gonna get even higher because when you go to Phoenix, because is the whole Final Four out in Phoenix or is it just the championship?
I believe it's the whole Final Four in Phoenix. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, because if you win your because I know people take pictures where West region champions or whatever. You do that whole thing.
Are my precious Blue Devils playing today? Because I had them losing in the finals.
I believe the Blue Devils are playing today. We got some good games tonight, actually.
Let's go McCain.
Yeah, I'm sorry, McCain. It's not happening.
Hey.
So we've got NC State and Marquette. NC State, the 11th seed, still dancing. I hope they pull off the upset.
I hope they're still dancing. I got hope
that
that they're still going to be dancing by the end of the night.
Still dance.
Marquette's a good team this year.
Marquette is a good team.
They are good, but they don't have Jimmy Butler.
No, they don't have.
Or D-Wade, yeah.
Or Jay Crowder.
Ooh, look at that snipe.
Those
are all the Marquette players I know.
I know one more.
What do you got?
Wes Matthews.
Really?
Wesley Matthews?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Wes Matthews.
The Wes Matthews.
But we got Gonzaga and Purdue.
The 20-year vet.
That's a good one.
Oh, dude, the biggest chokers in history.
I know Gonzaga and Purdue. I really need Purdue to win.
No, go Gonzaga.
And then we got your Blue Devils taking on the number 1 seed Houston.
Yeah, my Blue Devils.
I got Houston this year.
Are they your Blue Devils?
I just need my bracket to get better. I need the bracket to just ease up.
And then we got Tennessee and I always say it wrong, but it's oh come on, Creighton. Is it Creighton?
No.
What is it?
It's Creighton.
Creighton? God.
Creighton.
I say it wrong every single time because it looks like it should be Creighton.
It does.
You use too much creatine. That's why.
I know exactly.
Creatine Nicholson.
Too much creatine for creatine Nicholson. No, so we got them versus Tennessee. So that should be a good one. I'm excited. We got some good games.
Good games tonight.
Popping out tonight, and we had MLB opening day yesterday. The Red Sox won.
The Red Sox are on. Rafael Devers and Tyler O'Neill are on pace for 162 home runs. I don't know if you knew that.
We're back.
The Red Sox are so back.
They're
back. Getting their freaking Hard Knocks series.
Actually, I got a parlay riding on tonight too.
Ooh.
So I placed it last night. I had the Sox to win. Mm-hmm. Check. We had Derek White over, I believe, 14.5 points. He had 22. So he balled. And then we have Purdue winning tonight. And that will be $10 makes 66.
Oh.
Which that's pretty good.
We'll take
that's
it.
Solid,
take it. And right now I have the option to cash out for 41, and I'm like, that's
let it ride.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it ride.
Purdue does choke.
Yeah, Purdue does choke. I'm like, no.
Think that's $31 profit guaranteed.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
And you're gonna get the rest of the money back when we do our timesheet.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. All my MC. I can't say that. All right, as a joke, all my MCM checks go right to FanDuel. No, they don't.
Please gamble responsibly.
Please gamble
Be
responsibly.
over 21.
And only if you're over the age of 21, which I am. I'm 22.
I'm
And,
not.
And
I'm
I
18.
only gamble what I can lose. I pay all my
Only
bills.
gamble what
Don't
you can
worry.
afford to lose. They say it in the commercials.
Exactly. It's a commercial.
Unless you're using Fliff. Fliff doesn't.
That's right.
Fliff doesn't use real money.
That's
That's
right.
true.
They
Flip
give
is-
it to you.
It's a
Yeah,
sweepstakes.
they do.
It is.
It's a
Sweepstakes.
loophole.
It's awesome.
Yep.
It's a loophole.
No, but I'll say this about the Sox though. Baseball's my thing. I'll say that. Baseball's my number one.
He is a big diamond guy.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the big baseball guy.
Yep. I'll say this. I don't hate the Red Sox. First of all, I grew up going to their games. Wasn't going to the Bronx to see the Yankees play.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll say this. The Red Sox offense is, and it was last year, I was saying this then, one of the most underrated offenses in baseball. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
It's just the pitching. The
It's
pitching was
pitching.
terrible
And
last year.
the only pitcher we signed, freaking tore his
Giolito.
UCL,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
and he's out for the year.
I feel like what was it? Bello pitched pretty good last
Bayo
night.
was good.
Bayo, they
Yeah,
just
Bayo,
signed, they just
yeah.
gave him an extension. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bayo's
He pitched
like
good last night.
Bayo's the
He did.
only thing that's like holding him
Mhm.
us together.
the pitching together.
He's mini Pedro.
Yeah.
He's mini
I
Pedro.
wouldn't say that, but maybe one
I'll
day.
take
maybe
it.
one day.
But Kluber
I'll
retired,
take it.
even though he was on like the tail end of his career.
yeah.
Giolito would have been nice. It sucks, but
Yeah.
I'm very happy. You can hate on me for this all you want. I'm so happy Chris Sale is gone. After
He was terrible.
After
No, I'm with
2018,
you.
he fell off.
Yeah.
He fell off like Mount Everest.
I went to the game where I forget who it was against, but there was an error. There were 2 outs, man on first. We're down by a run, and someone pop flies it up, and they drop it. It's an error. Guy runs to first, and then it's Duran, I believe, comes out, and it's a walk-off home run to win. But in that game, our offense was so good. Dude, Chris Sale pitched for 5 innings and let up like 8 runs. Like, it was
was this against
terrible.
was this against the Rays?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching this game.
It was terrible. Chris Sale was so bad. We were down like, I think we had a pretty good first like 3 innings. So it was like 8-3, and we came back and ended up winning 9-8, I believe.
Chris Sale, he was a lot better as a reliever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was coming out of the bullpen in the World Series. That's when he was at his best.
I'm hoping the Red Sox have just like some sneaky diamonds in the rough
Well,
this year that we can
I think
see
Trevor
ball out.
Story's gonna be. Hopefully, he's gonna be healthy.
I mean, at this point, he either play or retire. This guy has
Yeah.
not played baseball
have
in
Devers.
forever. Devers is a beast.
Devers, Goat, Casas, all freaking legend. Already.
Goat in the making.
Yoshida.
Mhm.
I'm a big Yoshida.
I love Yoshi. No, I'm a
You know
big
who he
Yoshi
reminds me of? He reminds me of Ichiro.
guy. Ichiro.
Ichiro Suzuki. You know,
I feel like Connor Wong's underrated too.
good catcher. You
Yeah,
know,
he's good.
you always need to have a man behind the dish.
No, I think the Sox truly are pretty underrated this year. I think
They are.
I think they're
There's
coming
one
there
player
every year.
who I think is gonna be massively overrated the entire year, and you can like hate on me for this all you want. Yamamoto, I think, is not that good. I do not. I know it's one game that he pitched,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's gonna be all that.
I think Yamamoto is interesting because he's a rookie, right? But this guy has had like sub 2 ERAs in the NPB, which is a really good league. The NPB which is, if you don't know, is the Japanese baseball league for the people who might not know. It's a really competitive league now, and he's been like the best pitcher there for a while. He's 26, 27, I think 26, and
He got a $300 million
he
contract.
did biggest guaranteed biggest deal for a pitcher I think ever, and his stuff is great. His velo is good, but yeah, I don't know. He'll have to figure something out because if not, that is like a burden of a deal the Dodgers are gonna have to carry. I'm not worried about
And
him.
you already signed Otani
Yeah, they
to
have a lot of money
$700
tied
million,
up.
and he's not even gonna pitch this year.
No.
And he might not pitch next year. Who knows?
I don't know. His pitching days might be very limited. I think he's already had Tommy John before this, whatever it is now. I'm not 100% what he's dealing with, but his injury history is not good. He's still a great pitcher when he's healthy, but I don't know how long he's going to be starting at least.
You know what I might start doing when because I'll be of age when he pitches again with Shohei. I might just start betting on him to throw like a no-hitter and hit for the cycle in the same game. just put $1 on it.
Why
every
not?
time.
Let it
Just
fly.
put $1 on it every time.
Yeah,
'Cause
let
he
it
only
fly.
starts like what 20.
Oh, I just reminded me, I had a Nerfie that was a leg away from hitting yesterday. This is why I hate baseball.
No, it's random because like you'll see Bryce Harper go like 4 for 5 one day, and then he goes 0 for 3 the next
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
I was so close. I love the Nerfies too. If you don't know what that is, it's no or I don't. What does it stand for? No run first inning. Nerf it. Yeah. So
yeah.
no run first inning.
What was what game did you say no run first inning?
I had like 4 of them.
You can't pick the Dodgers.
And 3 of them hit.
What was the one that didn't hit? Dodgers?
I don't know. It was a FanDuel bonus.
Oh.
I was like, all right. It was like a no sweat type thing. I was like, all right, I'll do it.
I have a question for you guys. So Mike Trout has been like our generation's GOAT of the MLB, right? Do you think it's time for the Angels to trade him?
Ooh.
Nah.
I think you have to.
Really?
You haven't made the postseason once in like almost 10 years, and you've had the 2 best players of our generation on the same team, and you still couldn't make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, what does that say?
But I feel like Trout hasn't been like terrible though.
Well, he's good, but the Angels just suck.
Yeah, the team is awful.
Like, I'm not saying Trout retire.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying trade him.
Yeah.
Like,
Can we get him on the Sox, dude? I'm all for it.
Go let Mike Trout win. Like, I don't care. Trade him to the freaking Dodgers.
So, no, because if he's gonna go to like the Dodgers or he's gonna go to, I don't know. Like,
The Dodgers got that money though. They're like the wealthiest team in the league.
Yeah.
You know, when Trout is healthy, he's still like a top 3 hitter in baseball.
Obviously.
Like, without a doubt. It was funny. He homered his first at bat off Corbin Burns. That was the only hit Corbin Burns gave up.
Corbin Burns. That might be the best pickup of the offseason. Yeah. In my opinion, for the MLB free agency, I don't think there's going to be a better one than Corbin Burns.
Yeah, that was
like
a really
impact-wise, because he's like a certified ace now in the Orioles rotation. Like, Juan Soto was a good pickup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously getting Shohei was a great pickup. Yeah. Like, if any team would have landed Shohei, and it could have been great. But I think based off of like player impact and what the team needed, Corbin Burns in the long run might end up being the best.
Absolutely, yeah.
The Orioles just can't win 100 games and then lose 3 games in a row in the playoffs.
No.
Like, just don't let that happen again.
See, yeah. I've never been much of a baseball guy.
Yeah.
But like it's so fun. Like, I know so like little. I'll be like, oh yeah, I know that, and then like the baseball talk just starts flowing, and it's like I was like, is this how like Ivana feels like working a switcher? I'm just like, I just don't know. Like,
throwing shots at
like,
Ivana.
No. Like, Ivana's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you sound confident.
We're
I'm
entertaining.
Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, is this how she feels? Where I'm just like,
I don't know if this is true for Benny.
Also, shout out Ivana Osborne working the switcher for us.
Go back.
Very big help.
I don't know if this is true for Benny, but you know how I learned everything I know about baseball? I'm with the show.
That's same with me.
I'm with the show. I don't watch games, nothing. I see who's doing good online.
Yeah.
And then they get a card on the show.
Yeah.
And then that's how it happens.
That's how I got into it, and then now I've been watching a lot more. My goal this year is to watch at least half of all Yankee games. 162 games. I want to watch 81.
Have you guys seen that Angels dude on TikTok that goes to like all the Angels games?
I have, yeah.
Day 3, whatever. He must have been sad when Shohei left.
Oh yeah.
Poor guy.
You can't blame Shohei though. Like,
dude, he got a bag and then he gambled all of it. He just like me for real.
Hey, another PSA: don't hire an interpreter.
Okay.
Yeah, don't hire an interpreter.
Don't hire an interpreter.
Also, yeah, for those who don't know, Ohtani signed like what, a $700 million deal. It was massive. Mm-hmm. And then there's
deferred the payments.
And then there's allegations that he was betting a lot of money. But I don't know.
But dude,
from what I've heard, it seems like he didn't do it.
I don't buy it.
But like, what is he betting on sporting events, or is he betting on?
That's
like,
what the rumor was.
Okay. Because if that's one thing, but if he's like Michael Jordan, just going to the casino,
yeah, that's sick.
You can't fault the guy.
That's baller. Like what?
Like, you're the best player in the league, and you're just like having fun, like gambling.
Yeah.
Like I watched The Last Dance, and Jordan in an interview was like, if I had a gambling problem, I'd be selling my rings, selling my car, my wife would be in like, he's just having fun.
That's awesome. Nah, I love that. He's like, yeah, if I had a gambling problem, I'd be selling everything. They're like, Mike, you lost a couple million at the casino. He's like, I got a couple million more. Like, it's not a problem. Shut up.
I signed $35 million contracts every year. Yeah. And Michael Jordan gets like 10% of like Nike sales or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, Michael Jordan could like do nothing for the rest of his life and he'd be
dude,
fine.
It's just so funny like how he justifies it like someone who's addicting to gambling.
Because he is.
He is. It's very clear. Like, dude, there was another story from Last Dance. Like, the big ballers, like Ron Harper, Scottie Pippen, Jordan, and them, they'd play like $100 hands on the plane.
On the plane.
And then, like, Will Perdue and Luke Longley would be in the back playing like quarter hand games, and Jordan's like, "Yo, can I play?" He's like, "Mike, why do you want to play with us?" He's like, "I want your money in my pocket."
It's just like he's a psycho.
Yeah.
Like, no, I love the where like Mike's like, oh, like, but I'm like I'm losing money, but I have so much. It's like, Mike, you were out at the casino till 5 a.m. You play at noon. Like that's a problem, man. I do love Michael Jordan though. That's so funny.
When
But like
Magic
him going and balling at casinos is hilarious.
Yeah.
When Magic Johnson was first coming to the league out of Michigan State, Nike offered him a contract similar to Jordan's with the percentage, but they were like, "Dude, you can't do that. There's like no money involved, blah blah blah. Converse is gonna give you all this money guaranteed." Turns out all that money that he would have been offered with Nike was worth like $500 million.
Yeah.
And guess who got it instead? MJ.
Yeah. That was I remember seeing that on Winning Time.
If I could be like Mike, I need to watch Winning Time. I've
It's
never
good.
watched it.
It's 2 seasons. The first one's pretty good. I've heard the second one's even better. I haven't watched it though.
Tonight I might watch Good Will Hunting.
That's my favorite movie
Great
of all time.
movie.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not even joking. That's my
Really?
favorite movie of all time.
Are you a big Robin Williams guy?
Yeah, Robin Williams is great. I also I get the jokes about Good Will Hunting where it's like oh yeah, like I'm from Boston, but I'm really smart. And it's like Matt Damon wrote it. Like he wrote himself like a great character. Like I get that, but no, Good Will Hunting is my favorite movie of all time. I need to go see Dune, the first one, and then the new one.
Yeah, that might be the other one I watch tonight because I'm not gonna have much to do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you got school off today. Yeah.
I
Just
did
grind,
go
dude.
school. Hey,
go.
happy Good Friday.
Happy Good
everyone.
Friday.
Happy Good Friday,
That's
everyone.
when we're-
May the Lord be with you all.
That's we film anytime, anywhere. Good Friday.
But
Doesn't matter.
we only do it part time.
We only do part time. Oh, we forgot the whole
Wage is minimum, sports takes are maximum.
Yeah.
You know how it
Love
goes.
that.
That's how we like intro the shows. But
That's how we came up with the show.
Yeah.
Really?
actually, yeah.
We kind of just
We were
forgot.
doing a soccer game, and we are like, oh, like what if we call it like the part-time pod? And we're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
What if we call it like the wage is minimum, but the sports takes are maximum?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, we
That's
created an
Eve.
empire.
That's
Yeah.
We've created. Look at us now.
Like
Look
we
where
were
we've
back there.
we were
Like,
all the way
back there in
yeah.
the slumps, and now look what we are.
Look
We're
at
on,
where we are.
like the big boy desk.
I'm not even really an intern anymore.
Well, it just shows up.
Look at us now.
Yeah,
It's great.
he's here for the love of the game,
Exactly.
and that he's still getting paid intern because.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still getting
Shout out
paid.
to Sean for having a
Don't-
baby.
Don't get into it. Yeah, big shout out to Sean for having a kid. Take all the time you need. All right?
Sean, you're doing great as a dad, bro. Like, just keep up the good
Just
work.
keep
man.
doing it.
Keep up the good
Just
work.
keep
man.
doing it.
Keep,
Also, I can't-
keep sending me times to film stuff if they don't get canceled, because that's what's been happening lately. But
I think the chances of Sean seeing this far into the podcast are like 0.
pretty slim.
But we do.
We've been going on for a long time.
Yeah,
dude.
we have.
How long do you think it's been?
I couldn't tell you.
It's been I don't know. I have no idea. But I guess we can wrap it up
You
there.
wanna
I feel
wrap
like
it
we've covered all bases.
So, Benny, how would you rate your experience today on the show?
Oh, it's been fantastic. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
This is what I would be doing right now, even if I wasn't here, just talking sports with somebody,
Yeah.
probably. So
Yeah.
why not?
It's all about the love of the game. man.
Yeah,
it
That's
is.
what we'll say.
It's all
Absolutely,
about the
yeah.
love of the game.
Well, we want to thank you once again for joining us on the part-time pod. Benny,
Yep.
thank you for coming as always.
Thank you for having me.
But yeah, if you're watching at home, whether it be, I think we're still on Spotify.
I think
believe.
so.
So
I don't know
we're-
if I uploaded last thing to Spotify.
We're still on Spotify.
We can figure that out.
We're for sure on YouTube, so
Yep.
make sure you subscribe to all that stuff to Marshall Community Media. We're gonna still ball out here
Yeah. you know
as
how it
as the
is.
podcast continues to grow. Also, if you know me or Tyler, or you
Yep.
want to DM us on Instagram, if you want to come be a guest,
We have
this-
the part-time pod Instagram too.
we do have the part-time pod Instagram. Go
We'll
follow that.
We'll try and get clips on there now because
Yes,
we had some
yes.
good ones today.
We did have some good ones.
We had
there
some
were
good
some
ones
good
today.
ones.
I
So
feel
we
like
can
me
try.
yelling about JJ McCarthy.
Yes, that was pretty good.
It's probably out there, but yeah, definitely make sure you hit us up if you want to be a guest, because this is what we want the show to be.
Yeah,
where
we
have,
love having like other people on, so it's not just us talking the whole time.
Exactly.
We like hearing other opinions
It's
and all
fun.
that.
But yeah, I guess to
Unless you're a
wrap
Yankees
us up, unless you are a Yankees fan, thank
Yeah,
you very
don't come
much
on,
for
man.
Sorry, I
watching
just had
the part time pod. Make sure you follow us, subscribe, all the
Yep.
all
Follow
the usual.
Instagram, sub to Marshall Community. Media.
Exactly, and we will catch you in the
Have a
next one.
blessed Good Friday. What's up?
Peace.